Hey, hi Shubham. Hi Prathamesh.
Hi, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Best camera?
Sir, एक minute.
Yep, yep.
Calling Vijay, Digvijay.
Yeah, hi Prathamesh. How is it going, man?
Good, sir.
Good. So where are you from? You are from Pune only?
Sir, I'm from Amaravati, like Vidarbha side.
Amravati. Vizag.
No, no, sir, not that. From the Maharashtra only, near Nagpur.
Yeah, Nagpur. Which language do you speak? Marathi then?
Marathi only. Means like, yeah, mother tongue Marathi.
Okay. Today you have another class at which time, buddy?
Only one lecture, sir.
Today only one lecture of mine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you're having holiday on your day off on your college?
Sir, tomorrow we have holiday.
Tomorrow you have holiday. Why? Tomorrow why? What is the reason?
Sir, sir, it's in this like timetable wise. Tomorrow we have holiday.
Okay. Bharat, they were telling that they didn't had the access to the notes. Can you please check on that, Bharat?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so today morning you didn't had in the class only. Okay. So today I think we will be starting with this one. Uh, uh, Digvijay Ashay, please turn on your cameras. I think that is a compulsory thing. I think from your college notice. Joining via phone, buddy, not laptop. Ashay, I'm talking to you.
No, sir.
Why?
Sir, laptop my laptop is not working since 2-3 days. So that's why I've joined from my phone.
Because you tried to download GTA 6.
No, sir, no, sir.
I thought you were searching for GTA 6. I downloaded the wrong game. Laptop
No,
crash.
no, no, sir.
Okay, just kidding. Okay, leave it. Uh, okay, so today we are trying to understand how the operating system boots up. Okay, so it is kind of important. A lot of interesting things are there actually. Okay. Shall we start, Varun? I think we are good, right? Let them join.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. And what about Digvijay and Kunal? Please switch on your cameras. I think that is a compulsory thing that has been announced. Let me just get to that slide. Let me know once my screen is visible. One note is fine over here. Okay. Perfect. So let's start. Okay. So basically, we will discuss about the operating system boots up. I think everyone knows how the operating system boots up, like at least the basic parts, right? You basically turn on the screen, you see some black screen, some load up happens, and then you're greeted with the Windows screen, and then you're particularly turning on, and then you give your username and password. That's what basically happens. Everyone knows this process at least, right? You have been seeing this on your
Yes,
laptop
sir.
every day. Regardless of the whether you know the exact process how it boots up or not, you know these fundamental steps that it happens. It is visually visible, right? Okay, fair enough. Let me just increase the size. Yeah. So there was a so how many Windows versions you have used as of now in your Windows operating system you guys have used? Probably you guys have started from Windows XP, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So I have seen particularly I think I have seen Windows 97, Windows 98, and Windows 2000. Not used it like Windows 97. Uh, I have just downloaded the VM and tried to explore it once. Uh, Windows Vista was there, then 2007, 2010 was there, I think, Windows 10, and then 11. Then there was no such update as such. Okay. Uh, there is another operating system. One is like the Debian based, like the Linux packages. In Linux also there are something like Rail and Debian based. Um, and there is one more that is called as DOS. I think DOS, anyone knows it? It should have been taught in school, I guess. The disk operating system. Typically, it is used for single tasks. Okay. Uh, it cannot handle like multi-level task and multi-level programming kind of stuffs. Okay. Uh, I think that should be good enough. Let's start with the booting process. So yeah, over here you can see Windows typical versions Windows 2000, Windows NT was there, XP, Windows Vista 7, 8, and 10. Probably 11 not got updated over here, but you guys know it. And basically in Windows, what happens? It is preferably a GUI mode. So whatever task happens, you are basically doing all the clicks and commands with your keyboard, and that's what it happens. Okay. So before starting, I want to ask anyone, do you know what is an operating system is? What exactly it provides you? Anyone? Perfect. So there are two things over here.
Sir,
Yeah, go ahead.
say it's an interface between hardware of a computer
Correct,
and a user.
correct. Interface, right? So what exactly happens over here? So this is the hardware, right? Hardware means your laptop hardware, like what is the RAM, the storage and everything, right? Here is the software part. Here it becomes the OS. So basically, if I ask you to interact directly with the hardware, you will not be able to because hardware doesn't understand your coding language and everything. It tries to understand the assembly level language and so many things, right? So what happens in why everyone turned on the cameras? Whereas is it not a compulsory thing?
Yes, sir.
Then whoever is switching off the camera, please don't give them attendance, okay?
Yes.
Perfect. So what exactly it happens with the why you guys are shy away? And what about others? Please, you can like log off from the class if you're not willing to switch on the camera. Every day it cannot be the same thing. Digvijay, Pratima, Kunal.
Sir, I can't open camera because I'm present in a college, so that's why I off it.
You're present in the college. That's why you cannot.
Yes,
That's it was made compulsory from your college only, Pratima. It was made compulsory from your college only. Okay, I don't want to distract it. Okay, leave it. Uh, at least those who are home can do it, right? Uh, the software and the hardware interaction happens, right? So whatever applications that you are running, okay, so let it be like maybe the Teams app only you're running today, right? If I ask you to directly to interact with the hardware, whatever RAM is required, whatever storage is required, how much process memory space is required, you won't be able to do that, right? So for that reason, OS is handling it. Okay, this is the first step. One thing I wanted to explain before coming to that, do you guys know how a EXE executes? So when you're trying to execute an EXE, what happens actually? Does anyone knows about it? EXE nothing but the executable file you're trying to execute. Again, this is something not included in your syllabus, but I thought this is kind of important to know about it. So you guys know about programming? Any programming language you would know, right? So what happens in a programming language? You try to give the headers, right? And there are some function calls, right? Why use this function call? Probably they are trying to do some kind of a function in your code. And whenever in a part of code you require this function, you will directly call the function, right? This is what happens. Agree? Yes or no? This is what
Yes,
actually
sir.
the function means over here, right? In
Yes,
code.
sir.
You guys should have done it. So what happens basically in EXE also, there are few function calls which are basically needed almost by all the applications. Okay, almost by all the applications. And these are more like OS mandatory. Why OS mandatory? Because OS only needs it. Something like file management. Okay, like how many files, from where the file needs to be picked up if there that is trying to drop any other file, right? Something like the threads creation. Okay, how many threads it is trying to create, right? So some kind of files are OS mandatory functions. Okay, so whenever I'm trying to execute a exe is also nothing but what is that? That is also nothing but a code only, right? Exe is also nothing but a code only, right? So OS mandatory functions are there, which is like, again, these are like another code parts, right? Whatever you're telling. So what happens in this code also, this OS mandatory codes, if you try to write it every time, what happens? Every exe size will become huge, right? So instead of that, what is done to, um, what is it? To reduce the size of this exe, what has been done? These OS mandatory things, these are nothing but these are called as system DLLs. Have you heard about DLL? Probably if you're trying to download a game, for boys, I'm trying to say this. You might have seen if you're downloading a game from Chrome, something. Sometimes you might have faced that, this file is missing this DLL, and then you go ahead and try to download that DLL. Has it happened with anyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, no. Yeah. So what are these like system DLLs? System DLLs are nothing but these are again the function codes that you write it. Okay. The function codes that you try to write it, and these are trying to solve just one part of it. Okay. So instead of writing again for a particular function which has already been present, so what these EXEs will try to do, they will try to call these DLLs. DLLs, anyone knows the full form of DLL? No one asked me. Anyone? Try it out. DLL is nothing but dynamic link library. Even if you go to your system32 folder, you will find lot of uh, DLL files. Okay, these are nothing but these are the DLL files that are being required by your EXEs while they're trying to execute. Okay, basic concepts of how the EXEs actually works and all those things. And one more thing, That is again important. I feel like that is called as process and thread. How many of you know this process and thread? How many of you know it? Do you guys know it?
Sir, like not completely, but just like know the concept.
Knowing the concept is more than sufficient. So I will tell you. So this is the task manager, right? Okay. So whatever thing you are seeing, these are nothing but the processes. Okay. If I come over here, this particular is called as thread. Okay. This is trying to resolve something. If I am trying to open the Brave browser and trying to go to a particular tab, a new tab I am trying to open, or I'm trying to download a new extension, that process is actually handled by a thread. Okay. So that is called as a thread. I'm not going deep into it, but I thought of just sharing little bit of knowledge of operating system. Okay. So these particular things are called thread. This particular thing is called as process, and inside it only the threads works, as you can see, right? And whenever this process is getting executed, it will be allocated a separate memory section in your RAM, and from there it is being picked up. As you can see how much memory is getting used up for me as of now. CPU usage, this is the memory usage, right? Okay, perfect. This is all I wanted to speak up. Leave it. Now let's come to the booting process. Okay, so here it is written Linux, but again, it doesn't matter. All the system boots up almost similar way. And the last part where the operating system is getting loaded up, there we try to switch to where whatever operating system is present, it tries to pick it up. Okay, so first of all, it is the BIOS. What it tries to do, anyone knows about it? No, first what you do, you try to switch on, right? So first step is always the power on, because if you don't give power, what the BIOS will do? Nothing. So first step is power on, right? Second step, what you try to do, whenever the power is on, there is a chip in your CPU basically that is called as the BIOS. Okay. Uh, you can call it as basic input output setting probably. Let me just check it out. Uh, do you have the full form? Where is the full form? No, I can search it along. So BIOS full form. Yeah, basic input output system, right? So what it does in BIOS, there is actually a chip. There is actually a memory, pre-built memory. So this is called the BIOS memory. Almost like very little. Okay, maybe like something like, if I remember correctly, it is almost like 4 KB or maybe 12 KB. I'm just forgot it as of now. Okay, what it happens? It has a few set of code. Okay, few set of code. What it tries to do, it tries to find out the MBR from where it is trying to pick up the booting process. Okay, so it tries to switch on the BIOS. The BIOS tries to check for the integrity of the hardware, like whether the hardware is capable of booting up the OS and something, and then it is trying to see over here. So it performs a test. Uh, is firmware that initialize and test the hardware component. So basically, before starting it switch on, there is a few lines of code in there in the BIOS chip, which tries to check whether all the hardwares are intact, whether the hardware is like properly there, and based on that, it tries to power on at the first step. Is this clear, the BIOS part? Now what happens? This is kind of important, that is called as post. Okay, so you can get a question on post. That's what I can see. That is actually called as power on self test. That's what is BIOS trying to do. So if you even try to get a question on post, it is related to the BIOS. Okay, the checking that it happens, that is called as post. Okay, bootloader execution. So after post, what happens? The BIOS will try to find out the next process. Okay, so after BIOS has been turned on, it has checked everything worked correctly, then it will try to find out the MBR. Now what is MBR? That is called as the master boot record. Has anyone seen this MBR anytime? I think probably when you are trying to format your pen drive or something, you might have seen this MBR, GPT, all these things. Has anyone seen it? Yes, no?
No, sir.
No. Where you can see it? you can actually see it at the time of your, I think when you try to do a format of your pen drive, just today you can see, probably you will be able to see MBR. Another place of getting seeing MBR and all these terms, try to load a Kali Linux on your VM from the step-by-step process, not by the VM process, like how the OS actually uh, takes part. You can try by downloading that by the ISO file, and then you can go ahead with that. Probably you will be able to do it. Okay. Now, what is MBR? MBR is actually trying to do nothing but trying to load the operating system module. Okay. So that is actually called as a grub. Okay. So it only tries to load the grub, and over here it will, you can see it will load the bootloader into the memory. So it is trying to load it and hand over to it. The important thing over here, which I felt it is important, like it is of 512 bytes. The bootloader space only itself is 446 byte. Partition table, the partitions you try to get to the right, like C drive, D drive, and all those things, that is almost like 64 bytes, and 2 bytes are kept for the error checking, like if there is any error that has persisted when, like let's suppose the partition is not well, it is not able to find where the OS is. So try to understand, there are two steps that I have spoken about. First, you turn on the power on, then you try to turn on the, like basically the BIOS turns on. BIOS does two things. It tries to check the hardware configuration, whether everything is intact, everything is in place, based on the code that it has, right? Along around 4 KB, or maybe by seeing the bytes, I think I got confused. Maybe it is in bytes. Just check it online. How much? Can I check it over here only? Let's try to do that. What is the size of the code in BIOS? Is it available? ChatGPT. In BIOS. Okay. 256 KB to 8 MB depends upon the various things. Okay. So maybe 4 MB then, that I have read average size. Okay, perfect. Leave it. Now, when the master boot record is turned on, it tries to, after BIOS, the master boot record comes into place. So the master boot record actually tries to load it for the, tries to find out where the bootloader is, right? It will try to find out all the partitions, where the partitions are available, and where the my operating system is available. So probably in your Windows operating system, it will try to find out your C drive and where the partition table is there, where the operating system can boot up into it, right? So if you have seen, the once you are trying to load your operating system, at the first place only you will try to boot up with your pen drive, right? After that it will be in your hard disk only. Agree with me? At the first time, it will try to pick it up from pen drive. After that, it is already there in your hard drive, right? In your hard drive also, there would be something similar called a C drive. So from there only, it will try to pick it up. In Linux also, it happens the same way. There are like different partitions available. Okay, so it tries to pick up the operating system from this drive. Then is the grub. Now the grub function is kind of very like similar. So when you're trying to load a operating system, it tries to provide you an UI, right? Like which operating system you want to win. Let's suppose you have a dual boot, right? Like whether you want to have a Windows or you have to go with Ubuntu. So it tries to provide you that UI thing, right? So that itself is helps you with this grub part. Okay, that is what the function over. It tries to provide you the GUI interface of the operating system loading part. Uh, tu- 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 Perfect. I think that is done. And what is the full form of it? This is GNU Grand Unified Bootloader. This is not needed in your real life. Probably I use the term only with Grub and MBR Grub. I think these are the terms that we use typically. But if you want to learn for your exam, probably they can ask you this kind of questions. What is the full form of it? Okay. I think this is fine. Okay, perfect. So now what happens? Now it tries to load the kernel. Now what is kernel? Kernel is the root part where is the actual the code is that where the operating system is actually lying. So with the help of the grub, you are trying to interact with the kernel. It is trying to load the operating system as of now, and then it tries to initialize the first process. Okay, then it tries to initialize the first process. So yeah, these are not required. These are like after the initialization happens, you can run in your programs and all kernel. uh, Again, this kernel part is specific to your Linux booting process. This was not there in the Windows booting process. So in Windows booting process, only up to here you will see. And you will go to the BIOS, then the MBR, where is that? MBR will load up, and then the grub will present, and then your it picks up from the Windows operating system, and your Windows operating system boots up directly. Okay. Yeah, the kernel in kernel, what happens? So do you know what is like a kernel level access? It is one of the most used term. Anyone? Has anyone done the root of your Android phone or something? Has anyone tried that ever? No? No one has tried? Okay. Good guys.
No,
Okay.
no.
So what happens with rooting of your Android phone? I will try to say because I've brought it up. What happens? You have seen the system apps in your Android, right? The system apps that you cannot delete. It probably something like calculator, right? The basic camera app that is coming with your native Android, right? You cannot probably delete it. So for deleting those apps, the basic native apps that comes up pre-built from your Android, you need to be in the kernel level access. That is called as the root level access. Okay, that's what gives you the permission. So that's why it's just nothing, just a story to tell you about. Okay. So basically, I'm trying to say whenever you're having the kernel level access, it is the most powerful access, and you can do anything. You can crash your hardware, and something can happen, right? The kernel was selected by grub first, and this is done. Nah, this is not required. So basically, in the kernel only, you tries to initialize the first process, as I've told you, and then obviously because it is the first process, that will be called as the PID one. I think over here it is the systemd process, if I'm not wrong, in Linux. Uh, can anyone check with the PS3 module and something in with Kali Linux? You can do that actually. So PID is nothing but the process identifier. So I will tell you what is a PID. So every time you try to run this kind of things, it gives a process identifier that is like PID. Is it not available over here? Or am I not able to see it? Nope, it is not available. How can I show you? I can show you with something like process hacker. Wait, let me show you that. Let me boot up. So let me just give you a brief story, okay? So what is this PID? PID is very much important. PID is nothing but your process identifier. It is nothing but a number. It will give you a number, okay? So it will be like 3376. This PID is number. So anyway, when you are trying to do an investigation, this bit becomes important. How it becomes important, you will try to figure out what is the parent bit of it, like what was the initial process, right? What was launching this process? If I typically show you all the process that I interact with Windows, it tries to open up with your explorer.exe as the parent process. Let me just show you. Is it available? No, I think it is not available. Let me show you from here only. Leave it. Close browse. I think it is process. Oh, this name. Okay, can you see this PID? I think you can see this, right? Is it visible? Something similar to
Yes,
this
Yes,
sir.
sir.
you will get to see. Okay, so this is how it exactly launches. Okay, so you have different processes that are running in this. Probably in Task Manager it is not so advanced, so it is not showing you. So they will show you what is the username that has launched the process. Along with that, they will show you this kind of numbers. If you see this number, these are nothing but the PID that I was trying to explain. Okay, with this help of this PID, you will try to identify the process. Okay, and what is the parent process of this search host.exe? If you see, the parent process is svc host.exe. Okay, so if you go this route, that is called the parent process. Okay, if you come down, that is again called as a child process. If anything is spawned from this process, you will typically say that is a child process. Okay, so you can check that with process hacker. And I will try to show you one more thing. I will try to show you the entire uh, so process monitor also I'll try to show you. Process hacker, let me try to download it. Again, these are some kind of tools which are used. Okay, this is the what I was talking about. Okay, so here you can see almost all the things. Again, this is very much powerful, so it will again show you the network connection that it is trying to build. That also it will try to show you. Typically you won't be able to see the network connections, right? What all network connections your PC is trying to make, but using such kind of tools you will be able to see that as well. Okay, the different services that are running, along with that some disk monitoring also it tries to give you. Okay, yeah, now what I was trying to explain, I told you, right? Everything I'm trying to open with the GUI interacting with the Windows, it happens with the parent process as explorer.exe. Again, I think this is very much important for you guys to know it about. At the time of investigation, it will be helping you about. Why? Because the incident will happen, the attacker will try to do some stuffs, probably by compromising one of the user, right? So whenever the user is trying to do something, it will be coming under this. So if you see the username from it, from explorer.exe, you will see all the processes are running with John as a username. This is my VM, so my username is John over here. Is this making sense? Anyone, any doubt? Whatever I
No,
try to
sir.
do, if I am trying to open a CMD, so that also you should be available to, uh, let me try to open CMD. So that also should be coming over here. So if I'm, see this CMD, I have opened it. So that also should be available over here, down below the explorer.exe. So if I ask you what is the parent process of cmd.exe, can someone tell me what is the parent process of cmd.exe? Anyone?
Uh,
Yeah,
Explorer.exe.
correct. The parent process of it is the explorer.exe. Uh, what is the child process of cmd.exe?
Conhost.exe.
Conhost.exe. So this is what is important, okay? Uh, for parent process, child process, and this 6388, okay, and this PID, okay. This is one of the app that I was trying to show you. You can see what are the different things that are available over here. You can see the network connections and all those things over here. From here, what all network connections it is trying to make up. Perfect. Another thing I wanted to show you, that is like process hacker, process monitor. Let's just try. Again, this is how it looks like. You will not get to see the parent process, child process, everything, but it tries to capture everything. How you will be able to see that, if I come to the process tree, then the same thing happen. Sorry. one more benefit of this, it tries to capture the command also that is running. So every time the process is running, it is basically running behind a command in itself, right, at the background. So this is the command it is trying to run. So if you see, this is the command. Best part of it, if I'm trying to run any other command, so let's say I will try to run cmd, and let's say I'm trying to run who am I. Okay, I trying to run task list. I've run two commands, it should be captured over here. Wait, let me close it. It is not. It is capturing. Where is it? Okay, perfect. So I just ran two commands, right? What was the who am I and the task list. So with the help of the CMD. So that also you can see over here. Is this clear? These all things are important when you're trying to do investigation. Probably you will try to find out what all things the attacker ran, and that exactly how you try to find out from the running processes command lines. So in the command line only you will be able to see a lot of things. Any doubt in this part? Anyone? Anyone,
No,
any
sir.
doubt on the booting process? Is this clear about the booting process or any other doubt? Initialization, I think this is all like once it's initialized, I think it tries to initialize the first process, uh, and then you are good to go. So yeah, any doubt up to the booting process, anyone? Typically, there are only 2-3 steps that you need to remember. One is the power on, then it tries to go to the BIOS, tries to check for the integrity of the hardware. Second is tries to load up, give it power to the MBR. MBR, what is that? That is actually called as a master boot record. There it tries to find out where the operating system is actually located, and it tries to check for the partition is actually there. Based on that, it tries to collect the your MBR, right? Um, that MBR tries to go to the grub, and then from the grub it tries to provide you the GUI, probably giving you helping you with the selection of this particular operating system what you want to pick up, and then it tries to load up the kernel, basically loading up the first process, right, with the PID 1. That is all is important. I think I can show you one more stuff. I think you guys can also do it. Yesterday only I was seeing this room. Here it is. Try hack me. Try hack me. Let me just log in. Hold on for a moment. I'm trying to log into my. I can try to log into this only. I think this is not at all required now. I can close them up. Shut down. This is done. Thank you. Perfect. I can move this. Try hack me. Copy. Okay. Okay. Over here, MBA GPT analysis. This is what I was trying to talk about. So this room, I am already sharing my screen, right? I think I'm sharing it already. Oh, you guys got a lecture at 12 o'clock. You were saying that there is no class, but you got it, okay? So over here, I think, yeah, this is from where the booting process you can check, okay? So power on the system, you can come over here. This room, I'll try to give you the link. You guys can come over here and try to do it. I hope this is free room. Just check it out once. Even if it is not free, you can literally read from it. Okay. So again, power on, post check, locate the bootable device. MBR trying to load it, and then it tries to load the bootloader, and then you're finally loading the operating system. These are the typical steps that you need to remember, regardless of the thing. Okay. Any doubt on this part? Anyone? This flowchart I was missing it. This was a good flowchart that I was trying to find out. Probably, uh, I can put it up in the PowerPoint slide as well. So this is kind of good. Yeah. Any doubt on this part? Anyone?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, perfect. Digvijay, are you here, buddy? You haven't responded to me ever. Do you even listen to this class? You guys know about Digvijay? Is he your classmate only?
Yes, he has
Yes,
mic problems.
Yes, sir.
Mic problems, but he can't chat, right? Okay, perfect. That brings into this voting system. Okay, I think that is done. CLI, I think kids also know what is CLI, command line interface, the command that I was trying to execute on opening the command prompt and all. That is actually called as the CLI. Okay, nothing else. Uh, Basically, commands. I think yesterday we have done a lot of things. ls, I think I've shown you. cd, I have shown you. cp, I think I haven't shown you. cp, again, it is helping for copying the command. Okay. Move button, you're trying to move it to a different folder and something. That's why it move command. mkdir, rmdir. So rmdir also works. Rm also works. Okay. So you can check it up. Rm should also work. Clear helps in clearing up the screen. The best part of learning these things, I say probably go to your uh, Kali Linux and try to execute this command, try to see what all things happens over here. Okay. Yeah. Any doubt with these commands? Any uh, commands or something? I think we are good. I think we are now good to open the digital forensic. Yeah. Before that, I wanted to ask any questions on the Linux part. You wanted to ask anything on this? No?
No, sir.
Perfect. I will show you something. Do you guys know how the DNS works? Anyone?
Sir, it
Hmm.
converts domain names into IP addresses.
That is fine. That is what it does. What I am asking you, like if I am asking you the question, what it does, probably that is the correct answer. I'm asking you how it works. Yesterday, no one asked me this question, sir, when I was showing you the trace route, right? So when I see, you should ask me questions for each and everything. That's what I expect from MTech guys at least. If for it was some different batch, probably I wouldn't have expected. But from you guys, I wanted you guys to ask me questions at each and every level. No one asked me why this my client is traveling through multiple routes, basically the routers, before trying to reach out to this original server. No one asked me this question, like why this is happening. Can I ask you guys why it is happening? Yes, no.
Sir, I
Hmm.
guess because like every packet has a particular time to leave, right? That so if we directly connect, so the packet can like the time to leave can be like the time to leave can end and then the packet
No,
can be dropped.
no. There is the reason behind it why it is trying to do so many routes in between and why it is trying to do. This is exactly why I was trying to say why the DNS works, how the DNS works. So every time the DNS is starting, it will try to check your local DNS at the first place. That is nothing but an host. There is a file that helps up in navigating this. Okay. Then it will check up with your uh, so host is done. Next, it will try to check up your ISP DNS. So basically, from where you're trying to get the internet, it will try to go to the DNS. Then it will try to check for the other DNS servers. So it will try to rotate around multiple DNS servers it will try to rotate around multiple DNS servers to locate the final DNS server that is actually having your query. Sorry, DNS. Okay, so try to rotate around all the DNS servers. Like basically, it will keep on asking. So I will keep on asking, hey, Shubham, do you have my data? Leave. Shubham will not have it. He will forward it to me, Prathamesh. Prathamesh will ask me, hey, do you have this data? And then that's how I try to move around in the internet. And that's how it tries to rotate it. Okay. So a lot of things happen. Again, I'm not going to the depth of it. Like it tries to include the subnet and so many things happens. I'm not going in depth into it, but yeah, this is what you should remember as of now. So yeah, at the first place, if you see, it tries to check the local DNS. Okay, so I will show you some attack that is actually called as DNS spoofing. So yesterday I shown you ARP spoofing. Today I will try to show you the DNS spoofing attack. What is like in a base concept of it. Okay, I'm not exactly full-fledged DNS spoofing. Perfect. In Linux, uh, that thing is actually available over here. Okay, so if I do clear and if I try to show you cat slash etc slash hosts. So over here you will be able to see all the, this is my local DNS. Okay. Um, Obviously to edit it I will need permission. So sudo nano, and so I have told you right, nano command. So I will try to get sudo for the permissions. I will try to open it up. Oh, wrong password. My bad. So here it is. One more thing I will need, that is, can anyone give me the IP address of tryhackme.com? Can anyone give it to me, please? Can anyone give it to me? Do you know how to get it? Anyone knows how to get it? Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
How?
Uh, Sir, so like in those,
You are speaking on mute, buddy.
sir, I know how to get it. Just like
Okay, what about
uh,
others? Kuber, do you know it?
Yes, sir. So it's
Yeah.
104.26.10.229.
What is that? 104 dot.
26.10.229.
I hope this is the correct answer. Let me just check it. So for everyone who doesn't know how to get a IP address, the best way to get it is by pinging it. Okay. So this is how the you can get the IP address. But again, you got it something similar way only, Kuber, I think. I can trust you, right?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So I'm trusting you and taking this. Okay. So what I'm trying to do, so this is the TryHackMe's IP address, right? So I know this is TryHackMe's IP address, but here I will try to write down youtube.com, let's say. Okay. So what I will try to do, I will try to close it and done. Now see what happens. So I will try to open here youtube.com. Hey, no man, you're given something wrong, I guess. Let me just try to change it with this. Nothing, I'm just trying to ping tryhackme.com. 104.22.55.228. Why it was not working, I don't know, but let me just check it with this. It should work. Is it working now? Nope. Uh-huh. Okay, why it is not working? I got to know. Sorry, my bad. Basically, if I try to go to the tryhackme.com, then it will try to that also getting loaded up. Lol. Or maybe they are using multiple IPs. I need to go for some smaller websites. Any other smaller websites? It is loaded up correctly only. Do you guys know about any other small college? Oh, okay, you can give your college website. Can you give that? That will be particularly having one IP address for sure. Okay, I'll give you the idea. You can do it on your own. What happens? You try to give this IP address and this domain name. So basically, whenever you're trying to go to the particular domain name, that this belongs to tryhackme.com for this example. Probably they are again using multiple IP addresses. That's why I was not able to reach out. It don't happen with Facebook, Meta, and all these big names. Maybe tryhackme has also got 2-3 IP addresses. You can try it out with small dome companies. Okay, probably who are actually having one. I think I can get one. Uh, thing. What is the company name? Synchronize. Synchronize.co. It's a startup. Okay. So I'll get the. I hope this works now. Synchronize.co. And typically this is the IP address. I'll try to pick it up. Uh, Fine. Sorry. Why I'm doing this? I need to go to this, and then I will just paste it. Control O, I'll write to it. Control X. Fine. I can show you that here. Oh, why? I have it. My bad. This is 193 only. Control O, Control X. Perfect. I think 193 is what I got from the ping command. Yeah, done. Perfect. Now let's try to see why it is not working. YouTube, does it work? Nah, it is not working. Why today it is not working? Is it not checking from here? Or am I doing something wrong today? Let me try. Just pick it up a little bit. It should work. Nope, it is not working. I'm sorry. Uh-huh. Nah, it is not working. I'm sorry. I think I need to check it how it works. Maybe I will show you in the next class. I will just write it down somewhere. The DNS part, right? I need to show you to DNS spoof. Show you guys. Leave it to me. Leave it to me. I will check how to do that. I've This is how it worked, but yeah, not sure how it is not working. The main idea was like, from where it is trying to, whenever your DNS gets loads up, it tries to check your ISP at the local host at the first place, right? So at this local host, if I'm trying to make any changes, so at that time only the operating system loads up the DNS thinking that it is the correct place, and it will not be going ahead with other routers. So that's why I tried to show it up, but again, somehow I'm missing it up. I'm sorry for that. Perfect. I think enough of long stories, short stories. I think now we are heading towards the digital forensics part. Okay, we are almost done. Okay, fair enough. I think I'll give you 27, right? So I'll give you a few minutes break. So when you guys want to come up back? 35, 30, 27 is let's have 10 minutes break. Come back at 37, okay? Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
Yep. Bye. Is anyone back? Where everyone went? Hello, hello. आ जाओ भाई. आ गया एक आ गया. बाकी सब कहाँ चल गया? Just a sec, let me just close the door. शुभम किसको जीप दिखा रहा है भाई? ऐसा खतरनाक वाला? म्यूट
नहीं
कर
सर,
दे.
किसको भी नहीं।
हैं कि तेरे को पता ही नहीं था कि कैमरा ऑन है क्या?
नहीं पता था सर।
ऐसे ही करते रहता है तू? हाँ.
नहीं सर।
क्या? अब बाबा वाबा नहीं बन जाएगा ना? काली माता आता है मेरे अंदर, यूट्यूब चैनल खोल लेगा, ज्ञान फैलने लग जाएगा, अरे बाबा बाबा हूँ मैं. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है ना?
नहीं सर, वैसे कुछ भी।
महाकुंभ गया था तुम? हैं?
क्या हुआ सर?
महाकुंभ गया था?
कुबेर के साथ मस्ती चल रही थी सर।
कुबर के जाने का प्लान है? देखना ज्यादा इन्फ्लुएंस मत हो जाना, बाबा हुआ से पहले ही बता दे रहे। कुबेर थोड़ा ध्यान रख लेना भाई इसका।
हाँ सर।
चलो, बढ़िया। लेट्स कम बैक। अरे, सब लोग छोड़ के भाग गया क्या? और भी था ना स्टूडेंट्स अभी? तुम लोग के बैच में कितना स्टूडेंट्स है? बस 6 ही लोग हैं? कितना टोटल, कितना लोग हैं? 10-12?
11।
11
सर
सर।
11 लोग हैं।
गैप
जिनमें से कुछ लोग ज्वाइन ही नहीं करते, ऐसा है क्या? देखो, अक्षय भाई को देखो, ऐसे मोबाइल पकड़े जैसे मम्मी पापा को लगेगा नेटफ्लिक्स का स्टोरी बैठ के देख रहा है।
No, sir.
आँख खराब हो जाएगा अभी से, ऐसे मोबाइल देखेगा तो। मेरे को देख ले चश्मा लग गया। नहीं, मजाक कर रहा हूँ, चश्मा नहीं लगा है। परफेक्ट। चलिए शुरू करते हैं। स्क्रीन शेयर कर लेता हूँ। यू गाइस अंडरस्टैंड हिंदी वेरी वेल, लाइक एनीवन हु डजंट अंडरस्टैंड हिंदी? दिग्विजय तो मेरा भाई है, कुछ नहीं बोलता है, चलेगा। बाकी सब बताओ। स्क्रीन शेयर इधर वाला कर देता हूँ। ओके, परफेक्ट। So before starting with digital forensics, I wanted to introduce you two things. Like, how many of you are actually reading blogs every day? Is there anyone who reads cybersecurity blogs? Like, at least you guys know what is happening in the market, cybersecurity. Anyone who tries to follow up? कोई भी?
sir. Sometimes I read the like news or things, but not
News
every day.
things, nothing. News or things, only I think you are getting just the masala news today in the news channel, nothing else. You all know IIT Pava, right? Probably. Mahakumbh Pava, IIT. Probably everyone knows it, see. But if I ask you anything about the cybersecurity, what is the latest Luma Stealer attack chain, probably you won't be able to say that. So that's the reason I am trying to say, uh, follow any channel. I think the best one is like probably Hacker News or the Blipping Computer, and try to take spend at least 10-20 minutes every day on these channels. Okay. Every day they try to post news. So over here you can see, say now says 190 million impacted by the 2024 data breach. Ransomware gang uses SSH tunnels. So what happens with reading this kind of post? You will be coming up with lot of new words, right? Probably SSH tunnels. You don't know what is it about, right? Uh, so try to read about these blogs. This will really help you out in getting introduced to some new terms and technology in cybersecurity, as well as you're getting updated yourself, right? Uh, Another one is like Hacker News. There are a lot many. I am not trying to give you like the, don't go to this Hacker News. Okay, this is not the correct one. This is the correct one. See, the Meta Llama framework, like that is the AI for them, right? Something very similar to the chat GPT that they have built for the WhatsApp at circle you will see at the top, right? So there was a, there was a flaw in system that happens to execute remote code execution. So if you now read it, you will understand what is remote code execution and all that in LTE and 5G network implementation. So yeah, try to start making a habit of reading this post. Probably just read one post every day. That also will give you a lot of understanding. Okay. And again, I am always here. So whenever you're having any doubts, maybe write it down and ask it to me the next class. Uh, oh, Gskiller has started posting this advertisement. Say if anyone doesn't know, I have actually worked for this company as a threat hunter. Okay. So this is again a cybersecurity company only. So they tries to produce this report. So feels good when you see the advertisement of such company. Okay, perfect. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Please make a habit of, start reading blogs, how you scroll your Instagram, maybe spend 5-10 minutes over here also, right? Perfect. Yeah, any questions before I move to the digital foreign? Because this is itself is a separate section, so I'm willing to start it the next class. Any other things you wanted to discuss as of now?
No,
Anything?
sir.
You don't have any questions? How is this possible? Okay, fair part. Let me show you what I can. I have shown you this one. Let's try to do some lab then. Oh, that is like digital forensic only. Let me see. Okay, I will show you this Wireshark working. I think I haven't shown you. Let me show it from here. I think yesterday I've shown you a little bit. Don't worry about Remnux. The Remnux is another operating system which is used for this one, malware analysis. Okay. Yeah. How are you guys feeling about the subject? Is it interesting? How is it going for you guys? Are you guys developing interest? What is your plans? Let me know. Ashay, what do you feel, buddy?
Sir, since today is my first class,
Oh, चुप चुप हो
so
जाओ एकदम. Bye. Why today is your first class?
sir, from 2 3 days I am suffering from fever, sir. So I was not able to join yesterday and day before. Yesterday only.
Class started 2 weeks back, I think. So 2 3 days का बहाना तो नहीं चलेगा. एक हफ्ता से बोलो बीमार हूँ मैं. चेंज कर लो. बोलो एक हफ्ता से बीमार हूँ मैं.
No, sir. Yes, from 2 3 days only. Yes, from Saturday.
अब पिछला हफ्ता फिर क्या हुआ था? कोई और बीमारी आ गया था?
No, sir.
तो फिर उसका बहाना क्या है फिर? पिछला हफ्ता भी क्लास हुआ था ना? ये लोग से पूछो. नहीं, भूल गए. Okay, let me open up. I think I've already shown you guys Wireshark, but let me start the capturing. And here, let me go to some the website. So I think yesterday I've shown you with the ARP spoofing where I was trying to go into the uh perfect. Let me see what has it has captured from this. So whatever things you are trying to do over there in the internet, it tries to get captured. And this is like a full packet capture. So even if you try to download a particular, what is it? If you try to download a particular file or something, that also you will try to get it. Okay. Uh, so here, if you put down filter for like HTTP and all those things, you will get to see all those packets. Okay. What all things it is happening, it is trying to make the HTTP connections, that also you will be able to get, as well as the DNS. And one more thing, if you go to this file and try to, haven't opened this website and how it is opening. This travel laser and all those things. Probably I have downloaded some malware. Okay. Co.uk and all those things it is trying to open. Or maybe it is opening from the advertisements. Yeah, probably it is trying to go with the advertisement. So yeah, even if you download the advertisements and all, that also it is trying to load up. Okay, what all the different sites are there in between. One more thing I will try to show you. If you go to this export objects from the file, Why it is not coming? I don't know. Okay, leave it. I will try to show you some real life data. Leave it. So go head over to this website, malware traffic analysis, where they will give you the packet capture of things. Okay, so from here you can download it. Uh, I will try to create a duplicate tab. So let me go to this maybe 2025. Let's see what is there. Campaign using. So it is a VMS debug loader give order 4 days of scan flows and web traffic hitting my web server. So let's see how this web scanning traffic looks like. So this is the 5.5 MB file, which is zip protected, obviously. I'll try to download it. It has downloaded, and now I will try to see for the password, which is there in the about page. Which is there in the about page. I've gone to up, and the password is something very similar to this. Let's try to. So how do you unzip a file? So I'll try to rename it to something like sample.zip. I'll try to open in terminal, and I will try to do ls. Here is the sample.zip file. So I will use 7z, sorry, numlock 7 7zip basically. Okay, I will do X for extraction, and now I want to extract this file. Okay, this is how you try to extract this file. It will be asking for password. So password, obviously it is infected underscore, and then you need to find out this one when it was published. Okay, so if you see, this is like June 14th 1972. So it has taken 1972 June and then 14th, right? So similarly I will get it from here. So over here it is 20250104. Does it work? Am I correct? Perfect. It has given me this file. Now you can directly open up this file. So these all things are actually for your learning your malware analysis, like learning Wireshark, you can use it. Okay. Uh, First of all, what do you mean by scanning web traffic? So basically, like if you're having any port open to the internet, right? Like something like youtube.com, you're always seeing this 443 and all these ports open. Attackers try to gain access to this, or at least scan this thing to, try to log in or something, get access something. So here you can come to HTTP data, and here you can directly see what all things it was trying to do and all those things. Okay, the one of the easiest way that I find out using this one. Okay, here you can see what all things it was trying to probe. AAB9 login diapom. Along with that, you will be able to see from where it is coming. Okay, the host name. The bytes also the same bytes, received bytes. So all the things you will be able to get it. What happens? Actually, the attacker will try to do some kind of a brute force attack, directory based or something. Based on that, it will be able to see all this data inside it. Okay. If there was any other file download or something, that also you will be able to see it from here only. What else? I tried to. So if there is any other FTP data or other thing, so that's how you try to find it out. Okay. And one more thing I wanted to show you. So if you come across any part, okay, do anyone know what is this RST hack? Anyone?
The ACK is, I guess, acknowledgement.
RST is reset. Okay, so whenever you're trying to close the connection, that sends a reset. So closing of the uh, it happens with reset acknowledge. You're trying to reset it, and then you send an ACK packet, and then you send a reset packet RST final connection close. Okay, uh, that's done. Okay, all of them are like this. Okay, I will pick up any of them and I will show you one more thing. So let's try to pick up this one. Okay, what you can do, what is it about? And okay, let me take the get request. Okay, so this one you can do follow, you can do TCP stream to show you what was the exact response of the code. Okay, so from here only you will get lot many things. So at least you can find out that this is again one of the information vulnerability, right? Because why? Can someone tell me what is the vulnerability over here? It is something like an information disclosure. Because what can happen, I can try to find out, copy it. I can try to find out in Google what is the attack based on this server. Uh, Exploit if I try to find out. So yeah, you can see it has brought me up to this vulnerability, right? Now based on this, I can read along. I can find out a exploit code for it and I can try to exploit it. Okay, vulnerability, if anyone is struggling, what is vulnerability? Vulnerability is nothing but it is a weakness, okay, that is identified. Exploit means how you are trying to exploit that particular vulnerability to gain access, okay? So here you can see, I can basically this is what is information disclosure vulnerability. So with the help of the scanning, I was able to find out, okay, this has resulted in some information disclosure. I got to know that the server is running 2.4.62. It is trying to hit to this particular domain at the port 80. Is this clear? Any doubt?
No, sir.
With everyone, is this clear? Okay. One
Yes.
more tool I was actually trying to show you out, but yesterday only I did a snapshot reset back to my previous machine. So that was like Zik download for Ubuntu. Maybe I don't know whether it is here or not, but let me go to that. Okay, these are the command probably I will need to run and then it will try to load it up for me. So I'll check it out how to run this. Don't worry. This is another useful tool that Zik. So whatever it happens, so what it tries to do is like, if you see this Wireshark packet, it is lot of junk in it. Like, uh, to be honest, I don't like to see so many logs because you are always lost when you're trying to find out something, right? You don't know how to find out a particular thing or something. The best way to do is like, again, you can come to this export objects, look for the HTTP data, and this is where you can, again, you can export it as a text file as well. So for analyzing the data, that is one way. But let's suppose I want to see what are the DNS connections happens, what are the HTTP connections happen, whether there was any download happen, all those things. I want to keep it in one place. So for that, typically I try to use something called as Zik. Okay. The installation takes time about 1 hour, so I'm not going to show you as of now. Probably I will keep it installed today and I'll try to show you by the next class. So Zik installation. So you can come to this website and you can install Zik. You can see Zik is nothing but it is actually helping you in a network monitoring tool. Okay. Mm, yeah, I can do some Docker pull as well. I think that should also help. But yeah, and this is what probably I will try to use it. The Zik output of it. Zik output. Can I show it to you? Is there any blog written over here? Yeah, this is what happens. Okay, so this is the Wireshark logs. If you see, something similar to it, we saw it in Wireshark. So what it tries to do is tries to give us the this kind of logs folder in it. Okay, what are the connections that were made? What are the DNS logs that was made? What are the files that were being downloaded? What are the HTTP logs and all other things? So it tries to create a subfolder for you, a lot of folders like 5, 6. Based on the name, you can again analyze it. Okay, so here you can see that was the connection dot logs. Like so, you can see over here what are the connections that were made, right? It will give you very briefly like the internal IP, what are the server IP and all those things. What is the port number it is tries to connect internally, what is the port number it tries to connect externally, all those things it tries to give up. So that's why it is very much important. Like I kind of like this tool, that's the reason. Okay. So here you can see the DNS log, here you can see what are the DNS requests that was made. Instead of searching, going through this manually, DNS and all those things, you can come over here and tries to hang over it. Try to download it, give it a try. I think you will be able to download it like Zik download for Ubuntu you do. That is the same for Kali as well. It will work for it. So follow along any Medium blogs or something if you are facing issue. and it should be good to go. Okay, just try it out. Let me know if it doesn't work and try to yeah. And one more thing, this malware traffic analysis, if anyone is interested into looking into how the malware traffic actually looks like, you can go to this site and you can check it out. Over here it was just a scanning probe, so you won't get much data, but again this site is known for storing how it exactly looks like. So I'll show you a few. You can do the training exercises as well. Let's suppose you don't know about much about traffic, this one, but that also you can do, go ahead and do the analysis by getting help from this training part. And if you see, all these are nothing but the malwares itself. So here you can see log4j scanning, it was a bad vulnerability in 2021. Then you can see this ICE ID, emotate malspam. So here you can see, yeah, see the malware samples are also there over here. So that's how it helps you. Okay. The reference is also there, the blog from where it is trying to give you some idea about what is it happening. So emotate is nothing but a malware. Okay, it will give you the full story what is happening. See, the email is received by the user, probably some zip file with some password attached. Why zip file is preferred with a password? Why? Because since it is a password protected file, the antivirus will not scan it. So that is the best part of bypassing filters. Okay. So the user obviously will trust it, maybe face something, and then it will try to give it to you. One more thing are there these macro enabled documents. Does anyone know about these macro enabled documents by any chance? Yes, no. Okay. Whenever you try it, has anyone seen this over here? Anyone seen this at least? Enable content anytime? Yes, no.
Sir, I've
Why it
seen
happens?
enable editing, not content.
Okay, yeah, enable editing that also can be done. Uh, that is, I think, okay. Probably you have not faced with such document, but yeah, there is something called as these are actually called as macro based documents. I'll try to explain you in this. This is a good concept. I think I got something interesting to teach you guys. Is it good that I'm not limiting only to the syllabus? Are you guys interested in learning these topics, or you're just wanting the syllabus to be completed? How is it?
No, sir.
No, sir, it is a
No, sir.
So if you're really looking for building your career towards cybersecurity, just limiting yourself to the syllabus won't help. That is what I'm trying to tell you. Try to explore these platforms. Okay, whatever I'm showing you, do. And if you face any problem, do ask me. Okay, I'm here to help you. If I'm showing you Wireshark, go ahead and do the Wireshark. Use the tool. You will understand. If I'm telling about Zik, obviously the installation process will take time, but just go ahead and try to install the Zik. So what it happens, Zik file, just pass it with the Wireshark pcap file, and then it will make the folders for you, making it a lot more easy for you to analyze it. Okay. Talking about this macro based document, this is one of the most what is that highlighted method of attackers attacking. Okay. What happens? Phishing. I think phishing all know, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, no. Basically nothing but
Yes, sir.
you will receive something, an email or something, it is making fool to you. Okay, that's a बेवकूफ बनाता है वो email, ठीक है? You will not fail prey for it because maybe you're learning cyber security. Maybe some others in your company will fall prey for it. Okay, because try to understand in a company and even try to understand in your college only. All are not from the CS background or all are not from the particular technical background. There are something like if I try to send the same email to your security guard, probably they will try to click it, right? So what happens as a macro enable document? So you try to send a document. This macro is nothing but a feature actually. Okay, macro nothing but a feature. What feature? It helps you automating few stuff in this document. Okay, automating stuff or something. It is nothing but it is actually a VB code. This is actually called as Visual Basic Code. Okay, that is actually here in macro. So in Visual Basic Code, it was introduced by Microsoft obviously for the good purposes, like for you want to do some automation in your Excel thing, or you want to uh, code something in your Microsoft for doing some automation and stuff. It was introduced with the help of this Visual Basic Code. You can interact with your Word document, Excel document, and help you in automating things. But that itself helped attacker to introduce malwares. So typically how it happens, will give you the chain, and lot many times it has happened. It has happened with Quackbot malware, and so many malwares get delivered by this method. So what happens? A user will receive an email at the first place. Uh, there will be an attachment. Okay, the attachment will be something like, let's say, some kind of a zip file or some kind of a macro based document, right? What it will do, it will try to open it. It will show you something like, as I have shown you, enable thing and enable that auto. Once you click on that, it will try to execute the code in background. Execute the code in background. So that's what it will try to execute the code. Probably whatever it tries to do now, like, download other malware or something. This is how it happens. And if you just Google around, nothing. But if you just try to Google around, like, macro based malwares, you will get a lot of things. Maybe I will do samples. So in GitHub, I can see like malware, this one, right? So Emotet, I saw it. So yeah, you can see 2020 January. And from here, I can download the zip file. Probably this is the real life malware. So handle it with care if you are interested. Download it, try to see what it is trying to do. And there are a lot of tools that you can do the malware analysis. Like, you will at least get to see the code, what it is trying to do, and so many things. I can show you some code if it is available. Malware based example samples, macro based Visual Basic Code. Is it available? So here it is showing for remote code execution how you can use the document vector for this remote code executions, probably with this code. Okay. Yeah, typically something like this, very much similar like this, it will come up. uh, this is good. Recently, I was actually trying to do some analysis. I'll show you that. So this is a Stealer, Lumma Stealer. PowerShell Media. Why it is not showing me? Okay, leave it. I will show you from here. Hold on, I have logged in. Just a sec. Over here, you can see this is how the code, like the malicious codes, looks like at the first place. Notepad. I'll try to open that. Say Notepad and try to show you. So this is how it actually looks like. Can you see this? This is how it looks like code. Can anyone understand what is it happening? Or try to understand? So this is real life malware sample. I was trying to analyze it. Uh, I'm not boasting, but yeah, this is my my Medium article only. From there, I picked it up. But yeah, you can understand the severity of it. Like at least like what I'm trying to say, how much obfuscated it is. So these are also called as like obfuscated codes, because the attacker doesn't want you to read it thoroughly. Like it is not easy for you to understand it the first place. But yeah, that's how it is. This is exactly how the codes looks like at the first place. Any questions on this part? Any questions?
Sir,
Yeah.
what is like that malware code like was just simple text and numbers. So how
Yeah,
does it like affect the system? Like,
that's what it is, a obfuscated code actually. So you need to read along and you need to understand what it's trying to do. So this code, I will try to show you. Notepad. Let me just open the notepad. So here, what is this present? Yeah, see this. Over here, they're figuring out the terms wherever ZKT is there, replace it with 102. Wherever RPJ is here, replace it with 117. So over here, you need to keep on replacing these terms. Okay. Based on that, probably you will get some codes. So see, ZKT, wherever it is getting coming up, right, in these places, you need to replace it with that term. Okay. Similarly, with this AEC also, wherever it is coming up, we need to replace it with, sorry, this is AEC, right? So wherever AEC coming up in this chart, you need to replace it. So all the values are over here. This is probably, I can show you from here. You can just press enter and move it apart. So yeah, this is from where it is. Okay. So exactly from here, you will try to get your, uh, what is that? You will try to get your, what I'm saying. Yeah. So exactly from here, you will try to get all the codes and all those things. But again, this is one kind of obfuscation. I can show you a lot many. I can show you for Cobalt Strike as well. So if you go to like, Cobalt Strike. So this is again another malware. Cobalt Strike base 64 power code analysis. Again, don't take this is like full. You will learn these stuffs with time. So this is how exactly it looks like. Okay, so this is a code that will come up, and in the running process that I was showing you today, right? This kind of codes will be running behind in your command lines. This is the exact codes. Like it will be highly encrypted. Sorry, not encrypted is not the correct word. It will be obfuscated, and from there you need to find out. I'm trying to find out if there is any. Yeah, this is exactly how it should look like. I'm trying to figure out the PowerShell code if that is available, but I am not able to. If you have this code, probably I can show you how to like decode it. But again, you can take a look into it like from these blogs only, how to use it, and you will get some idea. Yeah, any doubts, anyone on this part? This is a real life test sample, okay? Whatever we are studying is very basic. So I just wanted to show you the real life something. And yeah, the one thing which I mentioned, like start reading blogs, make it a daily habit. Even if you don't understand anything, bring it to me. I am happy to help you out if I'm able to. Again, I don't know each and everything, but if it is possible to explain me from my side, I will definitely try to explain that. Yeah, these are the few things that I wanted to discuss. And why I have not studied digital forensic, because that was again a separate course of action. Today, my focus was to explain you the booting process. That is very important for you to understand. Again, to recap, the booting process, very easy. Power on, then you go to the BIOS mode. BIOS mode tries to check the integrity of the hardware. Then it tries to load up the master boot recorder. Master boot recorder tries to find out where the partition table is. And based on that, it tries to loads up the OS, right? And then your operating system loads up with the help of the kernel. This is what it looks like. Okay. And next the processes and all the PID and one that you can take a look into it. But this is what exactly it happens. Okay. Yeah. Any doubt, anyone? In any other things? Are you guys finding it interesting, boring? How is it? Tell me honestly. Maybe there is
Interesting.
feedback for interesting, right?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So just by saying interesting, it will not help me. Please try to do the things whichever I am showing you, whatever I'm trying to show you. Okay. So if I'm showing you something about the PowerShell, something, some terms at least, try and search for it. If you don't understand, again, bring it to me. I want you guys to ask me questions because you guys are doing MTech, so probably uh, job only is the plan, right? I am guessing for everyone, or is it something different? Anyone Baba Uba? No, na? Shubham, job, right?
Yes,
Job
sir.
only, right? Fair why. So, don't make me laugh, okay? Okay, so if your plans are for the job only, so I think this is your first year, right? If I'm not wrong, or second year.
So
First year.
first year.
So first year only. So now only you should start planning, for the internships, how to look around for the internships. Build your LinkedIn profile really well. It will help you out. Try to post on LinkedIn, like if you are doing something, whatever you're trying to do. Let's suppose I am very much active. If I talk about my personal, I am very much active on LinkedIn. I try to post maybe weekly once, something, whatever I'm trying to do in my real life. That helps me getting reach, as well as getting my jobs and internships. If I try to tell you about my stories, I got my internship, I got my all the jobs from LinkedIn. Recruiter reached me from their site. That's how my LinkedIn profile is built up. Okay, the recruiter automatically reaches out to me. I get recruiter reached out me. I'm not again. I'm not. I can stop the recording. Can I? I think
Yes,
it's
sir.
default. I cannot do it. Uh, I cannot stop the recording. But yeah, recruiter reached out me from the top level product based companies. You can name, take a guess of. Okay, whatever name you can guess of. So most of the product based companies recruiters has reached out to me over LinkedIn. Why? They see, the first part is getting the interview call, right? Again, if the interview calls come to you, then again it is depending upon you whether you want to take the job, your interviews goes well, and separate things can happen. But at the first place, getting the interview itself is the first place. It's very difficult in nowadays scenarios, right? So you need to stand out. How you can stand out? Obviously, posting on LinkedIn, trying to learn things, because just by reading the theory, if you see your syllabus, it's mostly like theory, right? There is no mention of practical stuffs, right? Just by doing the theory part, obviously you're not going to stand anywhere, because if I am taking your interview, I will within 5 minutes I will try to know that okay, you haven't done any practical stuff, you will be thrown out of the interview directly, right? It looks hard, but yeah, this is the truth. So try to do practical. Whatever digital forensics also I will try to show you, I will show you the practical ways of doing it. Make labs, try to do it. And I've shown you this try hack me. See around whatever you can play around. There are Wireshark also, there are so many ROMs. Try to do them, try to see where you're facing the difficulty. Seeing the walkthrough and do it, that is also fine, but at least do the labs. That is very, very important. Okay. Enough of Gyan, Baba. Leave it. Okay. Any other interesting thing you wanted to discuss, or we are good to wrap up? No good stories, anything? अक्षय तबीयत ठीक हो जाएगा ना अगला हफ्ता प्लीज? हाँ
Yes, sir.
ओके. और लैपटॉप से आना, ठीक है?
Yes, sir. Yes.
लैब वैब कहाँ से करेंगे? ठीक है. और बाबा, मतलब शुभम, I hope you don't mind, okay? I'm just
No,
tweaking
sir.
again. हाँ, गाली नहीं दे रहा ना?
नहीं सर, कुबेर के साथ मस्ती चल रही थी, वो हंस रहा था उधर से इसलिए कर रहा था।
अच्छा, चलेगा। हमको लगा कोई माता उता आ गया होगा तुम्हारे अंदर, तुम भी बोलेगा
नहीं
भाई
माता
हमको
नहीं
महिला
आती सर।
हमको महिला से प्रेरित हो गया, हमको बाबा बनना है, ऐसा ऐसा जो भी
नहीं
करना है
नहीं
बता देना, ठीक है? हम भी फिर इंस्टाग्राम में फोटो डालेंगे, आई नो दिस गाय।
नहीं नहीं, कुबेर के साथ मस्ती चल रही थी।
अच्छा ठीक है, नहीं मस्ती करो, अभी तो उम्र है मस्ती करने का, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। मस्ती वस्ती करो, चलेगा। और ऐसे मतलब क्वेश्चन पूछा करो क्लास में, है ना? मतलब मैं चाहता हूँ सबसे क्लास में जितना क्वेश्चन पूछोगे उतना मैं चीजें बताऊंगा, क्योंकि बहुत सारी चीजें जो सिलेबस में होगा ही नहीं, उसके ज्यादा जानना है तो तुम लोग को क्वेश्चन पूछना है। जैसे मैक्रो था नहीं ना तुम लोग के सिलेबस में, मैंने ढूंढा कहीं से मिल गया मेरे को, मैं बता दिया चलो ये मैक्रो होता है। लेकिन ऐसा ऐसा कुछ आएगा तो जो तुम ब्लॉग्स पढ़ के तुमको मिल जाएगा, है ना। जैसे रिमोट कोड एग्जीक्यूशन किसी ने नहीं पूछा तो मैंने बताया भी नहीं रिमोट कोड एग्जीक्यूशन क्या होता है। तुम लोग आगे से क्वेश्चन पूछो, मैं बताऊंगा आंसर्स उसका, ठीक है, चलेगा। क्लास को इंटरेस्टिंग बनाते, ये थोड़ा लंबा क्लासेस है ना, तो हम लोग क्लास को इंटरेस्टिंग बनाते चलेंगे। 1-1.5 घंटा मैं चाहूंगा सिलेबस पढ़ेंगे अपन, ठीक है। आधा घंटा मैं रखूंगा बाहर का चीजें पढ़ेंगे जो सिलेबस में है ही नहीं तुम लोग का, ठीक है। मैं बाहर की चीजें दिखाऊंगा, मेलवेयर क्या होता है वो दिखाऊंगा, मतलब जो तुमको बूस्ट करेगा आगे, चलेगा। ओके चलो बाय, हैव ए नाइस डे।
बाय
Thank you,
सर।
sir.
Thank you, sir.
थैंक यू।
बाय बाय।